We knew today was coming, but it doesn't make it any easier. A woman's right to abortion care is her decision to make and hers alone. It's a right that a majority of Americans agree with, no matter their race, political party, or what state they call home. When I talk about elections and why they matter and voting, in particular at the local and state level, here's what I mean. And I'll break it down that maybe will make more or resonate with you a little more. If you care about Congress, you should care about state legislatures because they draw the lines, the district lines of who we decide who goes to Congress. If you care about the Supreme Court, you should care about state legislatures because while they don't write the laws, they rule on laws, many which are written at the state level, like the bans on choice. And the president nominates those justices to a lifetime appointment, and Congress approves them. If we don't have a majority in Congress, they just get, approved and sent to the court. So that matters. If you care about the presidency, you should care about the state legislature because not only do they have total control over voting rights, but they also have the ability to bring in electors who could affect the outcome of the 2024 election in ways that we don't even want to think about. They already tried to do this. If you're watching the January 6 hearings, they tried to do this. Didn't work this time, but they are not giving up. It is their new strategy. So there are insurrectionists, big lie promoters who are running for government office all over the country, and in particular with a strong focus on state legislatures. State legislatures are incredible power, and it's been ignored for far too long. So it's so important that Northridge Indivisible has teamed up with Indivisible Claremont and Inland Valley to help flip the Arizona state legislature with small dollar donations. Now, don't let the word small detract you. We also take large donations. So I'm putting the link below. If you can make a contribution, that would be super helpful and critically important. Let's be clear, the MAGA Republican extremists are, their top priority is to take away our right to make our own decisions. Roe v. Wade was absolutely the right decision because our right to privacy is part of our core right to liberty. Today's a dark, dark day, and it deserves the acknowledgement of the real pain that this is causing millions of Americans. But I come with a message of hope because it's me, and that's my thing. And I can offer you an outlet or 20 or 100 or several hundred of ways to turn your rage into engage. One is enough though. But if you want more, I have more. Number one, get involved in the fight. When we organize, we win. That is a fact. Even when you think the odds are against you and there's no way that we can do it, there is always a way. The only way we don't is if we quit, and we can't quit, and we're not going to quit. So whatever you have to offer is enough, whether it's 5 minutes a week or 5 hours a week. It's the accumulation and consistency of our efforts that will drive the change. There are protests popping up all over the country today. I'm putting the link below. And you can find one near you. I am going to one today at 5 o'clock in Los Angeles on Hollywood and Highland. So if you're in LA, I hope to see you there. So the link is below so you can find a map and show up. That's going to make a huge difference because public opinion is really critical here. This Sunday, we're doing a virtual screening of The Janes, which tells a revolutionary story of a group of unlikely outlaws. Defying state legislatures. I love to defy things, so, this resonates with me right off the bat. That outlawed abortion, the Catholic Church that condemned it, and the Chicago mob, surprise, the Chicago mob that profited from it. The members of Jane risked their personal and professional lives to support women with unwanted pregnancies in the pre-Roe v. Wade era. After the screening, we will hear from the Jane's founder, who is also in the film, and longtime civil rights activist, abortion rights activist, Heather Booth. She has worked with the likes of Elizabeth Warren, many presidents. She is a powerhouse and an amazing individual. We'll also have a panel discussion that includes Planned Parenthood Action, Black Women for Wellness, and Vote Pro-Choice to provide you with actionable steps that you can take going forward. Number 4, November 8th. Write this down. That is when we will determine who controls everything. Not just Congress, but state and local levels as well. And we can either not do that and America will be over, or we can turn out a number so great that it makes 2020 look tiny, and vote for Democrats up and down the ballot. If you're not sure who to vote for, reach out to grassroots groups. There are indivisible groups probably in your area. Swing left. If you're interested in particular state and local levels, reach out to Sister District, the States Project, really great. They all usually will endorse. League of Women Voters is also excellent. ACLU. So it's important to vote up and down the ballot. This will all actually help drown out the corporate Democrats that don't, that put profit over people, and I'm totally over that. So right now we have just a razor thin majority, but there are a handful that are blocking progress. So if we overwhelmingly have a majority at every level of government, we can actually move this country forward and make America live up to her promise. Lastly, we must join together. And I know that sounds like kumbaya-ish, and it's not what I mean. What I mean is Democrats are infamous for the infighting, and we focus on the wrong things sometimes. So I want, it's like, you're not left enough, you're not right enough, you're not whatever. So instead of that, okay, we can disagree. That's fine. We can work out those issues and continue conversations. We need to take our angst and our anger and laser focus it on the MAGA Republican extremists that are working overtime to strip us of our freedoms and crush them with our ever powerful vote. We can absolutely do this. We just need to show up. So I will leave you with this question. Will you show up with me?